read the Bible daily, read it weekly, and once you finish reading it, start all over again. In the Jewish tradition, we read the Torah, the Pentateuch, every year. And these days we are starting to read it again. We read a few chapters every week, so that in the course of 1 year, we finish reading the entire Torah, the entire Pentateuch, and we start all over again. Why do we read it again? Well, because we always discover new things that we didn't see before. Maybe it is because we are not the same. We change as the time passes, and we realize certain meanings that we hadn't observed before. I want to therefore look into what happened in the Garden of Eden. According to the story in the Bible, God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. This is the reason why we have a day of rest. In the Jewish tradition, it's the Sabbath. In Christianity, it's Sunday. In Islam, it's Friday. But it all stems from this story in the Bible that says that God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, he rested. And it is very interesting also, when the Bible describes everything that God did on a particular day, it says, and God saw it was good, and that's the end of the day. Except on Monday. On Monday, apparently, God didn't finish all he wanted to do that day, and he finishes it the following day, Tuesday, and in addition, he also does the work of Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we find twice the expression that God saw it was good. That's why in Jewish tradition, Tuesday is considered a very lucky day, because in the Bible it says twice that God saw it was good. Interesting. God saw it was good, but he didn't say that it was perfect. Apparently, perfection is something altogether different. Except after the creation of man, suddenly the Lord says, it is not good. What isn't good? It isn't good that man should be alone. He created man without apparently a spouse, like all the animals he created, male and female. Well, in order to correct the loneliness, God creates woman. Now, it is very interesting to note, man was lonely to begin with, but woman was never lonely, because she was created when Adam was there already. In other words, she doesn't suffer from that. She doesn't have that problem. There's something else also. When man was all by himself, he felt he's the only creature that can speak to the Almighty. He's the only one that recognizes God. Animals, plants don't have that sense, don't have conscience. Man has conscience, and therefore he was very important. But once the woman is created, he loses that uniqueness. There's another person that also can appreciate the idea of a God. In other words, man has problems. He suffered from loneliness. He was very haughty because he was the only one. But woman doesn't have these problems because she was never lonely, and she never had any problem with losing the fact that she was the only one in this universe. Maybe that explains a little bit the characteristic of a woman compared to a man. The Bible also says that therefore a man should abandon his father and mother and cleave to his wife to become one flesh. Apparently man seeks woman, but in the Bible, in the beginning, it doesn't say that a woman seeks a man. She seems to be complete in herself. She doesn't need anybody else. It's only after eating of the fruit from the prohibited tree of the knowledge of good and bad that now the Bible says that woman will desire man as well. I'm saying these things, I'm following the observations of Professor Rosalind Weiss of Lehigh University. When you reread the Torah again, the Bible again, you discover many things, and maybe things that are fundamental in our understanding of the composition of man and woman. So therefore I recommend to you, read the Bible daily, read it weekly, And once you finish reading it, start all over again. Because you change, the text doesn't change, and you'll see how you gain new understandings of a text that you thought you understood completely well.